Hi everybody, Mike back at Red Rum Records, South Surrey, White Rock, my local record store, with another episode of Wedding Music. First, this week, we're going to start with something old. We always do. Now, it feels like this shouldn't be old, but it's 25 years old. This is, of course, REM's Monster. So many great tracks to choose from. It was a follow-up to the most successful album, but many people think it to be one of their best albums, even though it wasn't the most commercially successful. Hard to say which track to pick. There's so many great ones, but let's pick What's the Frequency, Kenneth? It's the easiest one to pick because most of us know it, and it's a great segue into the rest of the album. For something new, we're going to choose something by a country artist named Chris Stapleton. Now, I am traditionally not a fan of country, but I've learned never to define anything or to rule anything out. The song is called Cold. I definitely suggest to do two things. Number one, forget what you think you know, and number two, check it out. It is well worth a listen. For something borrowed, we're going to choose another song by Bob Dylan. There's so many great songs by Bob Dylan to choose from. Hard to pick one, but we're going to pick Joan Baez, who is another one of his contemporaries from the 60s, a very much loved and respected folk artist. I was very lucky. I got to see Joan Baez and Joni Mitchell open for Bob Dylan in Detroit in 1999. It still sticks with me as one of the most powerful shows of all time. A lot of songs they were singing then in the 60s and even the early 70s, sadly, are still relevant today. So where do you start? What can you do? Well, you know what? We all need a little bit of release, so let's choose I Shall Be Released, Bob Dylan song, covered by Joan Baez. And finally, something blue, of course, going back to the root of it all. Muddy Waters, one of the great originators of the blues. So many amazing songs to choose from, and all of them are applicable to how I feel today. I Want to Be Loved, I Can't Be Satisfied, Blues Had a Baby and they named it... No, okay, we won't talk about that one. Hey, Muddy Waters, we're going to choose I Can't Be Satisfied. If you're not familiar with Muddy Waters' deeper tracks, we all know a few of the more popular tracks, including Managed Boy off this album. Check it out. The deeper you get, the deeper you get. So thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Wedding Music. My name is Mike. I'm at my favorite local record store in South Surrey, White Rock, Red Rum Records, reminding you that no matter where you live, make sure you support your local record store. If you want to check out this music before you head on down and buy it on vinyl, hey, you can get the playlist below in Apple Music, Spotify, or Tidal. But as always, for the best listening experience, we always recommend vinyl.
Now that you found us, don't miss a single episode and don't miss a single playlist. Like or subscribe and make sure you follow us. Tell your family, tell your friends. Heck, even if you meet strangers on the street who seem like they might like music, tell them too. Tell them about Wedding Music so we can keep bringing you awesome playlists. We'll see you next week.